Hey, sorry, I didn't.
Alrighty then. Top of the day to y'all. So what we have been tasked here today is a little building and restoration work yet again, because that's my specialty. Anyway, so what we got going here is we're in the level. That's good, tolerable, considering the age of this. But what's happening here between the threshold and the deck and the stairs transition is it seems sinking. You know, not so much over there. So we're not going to really deal with that. The main issue is here, and I know why. Client provided all the materials needed. I'll rifle through that and make it work. Ideally it would be lag bolts, and we're going to use the ones they got. Here we have the point of interest. So as you can see, this joist is definitely below. It wasn't built that way. It has transitioned that way over the years. It's not because there's subduction going on here, which would include an erosion issue. Rather, it's construction. This definitely started out tight because the nature of wood over time just shrinks in that natural tendency. But there should have been an L brace or something here. Then again, who would have known? Really? You would think that putting in lag bolts in the joists would be enough to hold it together, but this weight point where the lag screws going through here are bending downward. So I'm gonna take care of that. And then just do a little pleasure job with the gate. It's a nice gate. Don't have to buy any materials. The issue here is it opens the wrong way. You know, we're gonna have it open on that side, right? So it's an easier access in and out of the yard. And also, yeah, dog evidence of, and they got dogs. You know, happy to see their owners come home. Don't have to buy new material for that. It's the structural integrity of this hasn't been affected. I initially recommended taking a piece off of somewhere back there, but in doing that, yeah, it's long enough here. However, because of the nature of the gate, it's shorter. So putting a short one over where there was a long one and cutting a long one would be just way too much. So there's always answers to the problems hiding in plain sight, which is simply to take that one and move it and replace it with this one. That way that mark gets hidden behind there. This one, if we moved it over here, it would still be seen. So what's going to happen with that is it's going to get flipped and hopefully fit there, or I'll make it work somewhere. Either way, this is going to be a done deal. So onward and upward. Let's start with, I'll jack it up with my 8-ton jack. Got a 12-ton jack too, just in case for bigger loads, like lumber. Trees, that is. Now then, where to begin? As I always say, and everybody should know, knows, or should know, who's in the know, or pretends to be, is the base. A solid foundation is always the start of integrity. So, before we loosen the lag bolts, made sure that this was securely in place so that this wouldn't start to drop and sag and complicate things. Make sure this is plumb all the way around, in which case it's good to have one of those. So here we go. Let's start taking these bolts out one at a time. And then loosening just the first one at the corner here. It didn't take much, but as you can hear and see, this shouldn't be this easy to take out. It sounds and obviously looks like, and this was too short of a bolt. As you can see, like this, all the way in. It is clearly not even biting into the next joist over, which is likely the case with all of these because they're the same size bolt. So, first bunch of worms that you find when you open any can, that's this old. All right, folks, you know that story. All right. Which means this treated joist is lost its integrity because it's cracking here and just going to get worse over time. We're going to fix that. Oh, and don't forget, just like dear old pappies used to say back in the day, inspect to protect. So yeah, this side's good, but yeah, just in case this side falls down, especially because this isn't holding jack. Before you go any further, all right, past the point of no return. In this process, I'm actually going to level it off up there too. And when you feel safe and sound, then what we're going to do here is reduce that gap, because that shouldn't be that wide. It should actually be butt to butt. All right, only do so much, but I got the tools. All right, let's see what I can do with those. You can do a lot of stuff with these guys. Gotta love me some clamps. And before you're ready to go, inspect to protect again, or at least know what you're doing. So this has got to be moved up quite a bit, in which case, or need to just remove these for time being. Nails here holding this, and that way it doesn't lift up and or jack. So here we go. Easy peasy. And you just want to jack slowly. Because most people go way too fast. Listen for any cracks. In which case we've got it right where it needs to be. And you always double and triple check on top. And so here we are. Since this puppy. Now doesn't that look peachy keen? And again, start with this end. This is your fulcrum point. You want to not lock it in here. You want to lock it in at the far end so that you've got an entire span that goes evenly and doesn't have any kind of bows in it. Got it? And ideally, we're going to use lag bolts to be in. There's 4. Happen to be an ideal size. Good to have resources to keep shit. That's what you hoard stuff for, All right, everybody does. However, we're not quite there with having enough washers. In which case, don't fret. Repurpose stuff. Because here we go. Well, looky there. We have extra washers. And nice to have a wide variety to find just the right fit. All right, so that this doesn't go all the way through, but sufficiently enough to shore up the integrity. Alright, you get the picture. See how it's coming together? That's all you really need. There's not much more. And I always like going the extra mile anyway. I never feel like I ever go far enough. Oh, and instead of using these piddly nails, if they can even be called that, for this part, let's put some screws in that won't back out, right? Self-tapping, so you're not struggling. And that way it's not just going into the one joist, but it's holding through this, that joist, and going sufficiently into the next. How's that for good measure? And now, the moment of truth and reckoning. Huh? Yep. Nice. Let's go up top, shall we? Keep your place clean. Oh yeah, that feels great. Gotta love it. Not my fault. Just the way synchronicity works. Gotta love it. On the spot. There's my medicine bag. On to the next task at hand. reversing the door. Because when you come in, you gotta open the door to actually get around. And likewise, when you're going out, rather than coming conveniently this way, you gotta go all the way over here, back up all the way so you can let this swing before you actually can get out. So this is going to be turned around, which will also actually aesthetically match what's going on here. And from the outside, there's a little finished piece there. And well, wouldn't you know it, there it is too. You know what that tells me? And should tell you too, that this was meant to be. Comes what may. It always does. I won't bother you with the details and just show you the finished result. Alrighty. See anything different? Do you notice the change? Absolutely no waste and nothing in need of getting. There you go, super easy. Closes nice and securely. And yeah, hid those claw marks. Flip those, switch them around. In and out. Easy peasy, straight walk into the yard. And I'm all done. So, who are you gonna call for your aberrant needs? And maybe even pressing. I don't know. I wonder who you should call. I might know somebody. They got 2 thumbs.